Good evening, fellas. Braden, Rowdy, Ranthony. Good to see you guys. Have you into the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Braden says that Larson's the cover athlete on NASCAR 26. Interesting, because he hasn't won in a while. Sorry. Just the fact. Don't hate the player. Don't hate me. Yeah. So how are you guys doing tonight? It's, what day is it? It's a Thursday evening. We are working on Ryan Sieg's Watkins Glen car that I ruined, that we're fixing. And it's race weekend in San Diego. So I will be covering the race action that we will be seeing this weekend. Now, hello Martin, how are you? You said it many times. Well, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad. Yes, I know. Sorry, Braden. I'm hoping that you guys are all doing well on this Thursday evening. We will be covering this weekend's racing events coming up. Yep, Martin's saying what Braden already said. Not to slight you, Martin, but Braden is Johnny on the spot. He already told us, but yes, you have also brought that knowledge to the stream, so thank you. Went to a pool party today. Shoulders are sunburnt. Very good. I don't advocate for burning your shoulders, but you know what? Everybody needs a little sun now and then. So hopefully the pool party was fun. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully the audio in the video is good for you guys this evening as well. Like I said during the last stream, I did reset the computer. Everything should be better. And yeah, we're just hoping for a nice, easy, clean stream today. Braden, I'm doing fine. There's not a whole lot going on. We're kind of ramping up for our trip next week. I have 2.5 more days of work before we leave on Tuesday. So I'm getting a little bit more prepared, I suppose, mentally. It's going to be a long flight. Our daughter is about 1.5 years, and so she's become more mobile. And so I'm not like extremely keen on how she's going to be on the flight because it's a long one. She did good on our way to Florida earlier this year, but I'm just not sure how she's going to handle this flight as it is longer. Speaking of longer, no, this will not be a 4-hour stream tonight, Ranthony. We are planning on only doing our traditional, typical 2-hour stream. I have fully edited my Charlotte race review weekend recap video portion of it. I have to now record all of the audio, so I'm going to be doing that tonight. That is, as soon as the stream's over, I'm going to do that. So no, unfortunately, it's not going to be a 4-hour stream. So buckle up. It'll be about a 2-hour stream. And then I'm going to go record that video so I can get it posted for you guys for tomorrow. So you can enjoy that. It's a long one. It's like 15 minutes or so. So it's a little bit of a longer form video that's different than our typical Friday, like 3 to 5 minute videos. Who do I think will win the World Cup? I don't know. My heart wants to say America, but Argentina did look pretty good. I mean, I hate to say it, but France looked okay. England looked okay. Spain did not look very good. Portugal did not look very good. Mexico didn't look great. I mean, Canada's playing Qatar right now. Oh, speaking of that, one of the Canadian players broke his leg. That was crazy to watch. I don't know if you guys are Star Wars fans, but you know, in episode 3 when Count Dooku gets his hands cut off by Anakin at like the opening scene, the opening fight, and he looks down at his hands like he just knows that he's been defeated. That was what the Canadian guy looked like when he got his leg broken. Now, I don't particularly like Canada. I don't care much for Canada in any sense. However, I don't want to see players get injured, and that was a pretty tough one. So hopefully he recovers. He's obviously going to be out for the rest of the tournament. That's just a foregone conclusion. But yeah, that was a pretty rough injury. Slept the whole time. Yeah, I hope she'll sleep a lot, but I'm not too confident in that she will do that. But have you seen Lionel's offering a Legacy Motor Club test cup car? No, I have not. I'm as diecast driven as I am, I'm relatively out of the loop, honestly. Whatever I see on the forum, people talking about, that's about the extent. I don't really look at a whole lot. I did finish the Lego trophy, Rowdy. It did take 3 hours in that second live stream. So I think if we wouldn't have had that first live stream crash, we would have been okay to finish it in a better time frame for the second stream. But yeah, that first stream crashing really set us back a little bit. So, but yes, I did finish it. It looks good, and it's already upstairs next to all of our other World Cup things. So yeah, World Cup fever is still a thing. I'm still all about it. It's just I figured we should probably get back to NASCAR, because that's what you guys come to the channel for. You guys are here for NASCAR stuff. So yeah, we'll talk about this weekend's race, all of it coming up here shortly. I have not pulled anything up, so I will get that going here in a few minutes. But yeah, I did finish that. My day's pretty good. Charity, good to see you. I did hear about that. Kyle Larson, according to Braden, is on the cover. I did not personally verify, so if Braden was lying to me, you can yell at him in the chat. But yeah, he did say that. I didn't buy NASCAR 25. I really don't have time to play video games anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, kind of sad, because I liked playing the NASCAR games, but yeah, I have not played a NASCAR game in a while. But anyway, I'm glad to have you guys all here. I got a friend who's going to the cup race. Oh, nice. Yeah, my buddy that is on the 96 team, he said they had to go through some like extra security clearances, and that was kind of annoying. So he didn't really say too much other than that. But yeah, hopefully everybody has fun. He also does YouTube. Nice. I'm not too sure if I'm going to watch it or not. Like I said, the World Cup is on. The IndyCar race is on at 2. I don't even know what time the Cup race is, so we'll look at all of that here in a second. I also believe we're going to be at my parents' house on Sunday for Father's Day. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. And, yeah, it's been kind of a hectic week from that aspect. Just tons and tons of stuff going on. So we're here to get this car going. We're not going to get it done tonight, that's for sure. But yeah, we're going to try and get as far as we can on it and see where that leads us. So if you guys haven't yet, hit the like button, all that streamery stuff. Yeah, Ellie, so he told me a while ago that he would be on less and less streams because he was going to be taking a break kind of during the summer. He was going to be taking a break kind of from the internet, sort of, in the summer. So, I don't know if we'll see him on the streams as much, but which is unfortunate, but we'll still support if he does pop in. I'll always send you guys over to his streams and such. So, all right, let's open up this stuff. You know, I guess we'll have the track map up too. Okay. I don't know how well let's look at this. Oh no. Display captured. Device not connected. Yes, sir. All right. So here is how are we gonna do this? I don't know how to do this nicely. All right, let's try it this way. Okay, so here is the street course layout for the weekend for San Diego. The military base situation. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked too much into it at all. I mean, what we're going to talk about here is going to be the most that I've discussed and looked at it and all that. So, yeah, looks like they have a couple chicanes on the backstretch. I guess backstretch you could call it. Where's the start-finish line? Is it over there? Let's see. Is that the start-finish line? Where's pit road? Oh yeah, turn 1. So yeah, over in the top left corner is probably the start-finish line. Left-hander 90 degree for turn 1. Turn 2 is like a long sweeping left-hander. What is? Oh wait, those are not turn numbers. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so see where number 3 is down there? That's the start-finish line. Turn 1 is a right-hand kind of dog leg. Turn 2 is a sharp left-hand, 90 degree. Turn 3 is a sharp left-hand, 90 degree. Turn 4 is a right-hand, kind of sweeping, 90 degree. Well, let's turn this off. Turn 5 is a long sweeping left-hander, about 90 degrees. Then I guess we could call that the backstretch. The long backstretch is kind of a little bit of a S. Turn 6 and 7, right hand, left hand, sharp 90 degrees. Silver.png, well, thank you for joining the stream. Glad to see you. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We're just going over the San Diego race weekend stuff. I had to take myself off the screen there for a second while we continued up the track. Looks like turn 8 is a hard left turn, 90 degrees. Turn 9 is a right-hander, that's 90 degrees. 10 and 11, kind of like a quick left-right, almost an S, to get you back onto that third part of the back straightaway, kind of. 1 second. And then, let's see, what is that? Turn 12 is a sharp left-hand 90-degree turn. Turn 13 is a long sweeping left-hander. That takes you down into a pretty sharp right-hand turn for turn 14, 90 degrees. And then about 120 degrees-ish, turn 15. Then we will get to the chicane at 7. And what would you call that? 15, so 16, 17, 18. And then the entrance to pit road / the front stretch. So it looks like a very interesting layout. It has a lot of high speed. Here, let me just let me see if I can. Yeah. So it has some high speed sections for sure. Some pretty high speed areas on the track. it has some heavy braking zones. So your passing opportunities are going to be turn 2, probably turn 3, probably turn 6 will be a good passing spot. Those long straightaways with heavy braking zones are going to be good passing zones. Turn, what is that, 12 will be another good passing zone. So it looks like a pretty fun track. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Have you put any thought into it? Have you looked up anything else about it that I missed? What do you guys have to say about this layout? I'm interested. I'm interested for sure. I think it'll be a fun race. I think all the races will be fun. Saturday's O'Reilly race will probably be the best. You guys know how that goes. You know my feelings about the current state of that series being the best racing that NASCAR has to offer at the moment. It looks very bumpy. Is that your interpretation of an actual look at the track from an actual racing standpoint? Because this is just an overhead. I mean, I don't know how you could tell it'd be bumpy from an overhead, but my assumption is that you have seen like an actual surface level view of it or video of it. But if that's the case, then that creates a whole its own set of challenges. A couple days ago, Cowboy Charles Bourbon, Jack and my parents got me. Oh, nice. Yeah, you did tell me that you were getting that. You didn't tell me that I think you might have said that it shipped. But awesome. Very nice. Congratulations on the acquisition. Oh, I meant I've seen videos. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not looked up any videos. I don't know. What we're going through here is all that I know. So what you guys are seeing in live time is all that I know about the track. Overall, I like the general layout of it. I think it looks good. I think, again, you have some high speed areas and then you have some pretty technical areas. I don't know how wide the track is. You said you've seen videos of it. Is it pretty wide or is it pretty narrow like Chicago Street Course? Because I honestly think one of the things that hurt the Chicago Street Course was its narrow nature. I think it could have been a lot better of a race if the track was a little bit wider. But can't wear it for a while though. Yeah, it is pretty hot now. We are in the summer months. That's a fair point. A good shout. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this race weekend will unfold. We'll get into who we think are going to win and all that here in a second. So, any other things you guys want to discuss about the layout in particular? If not, we'll move on to similar-ish to the Chicago Street. Yeah, see, that's like the one thing that I don't particularly care much for Chicago just in general. Never actually been there, but yeah, I thought the one thing that hurt it the most was how narrow it was. Not that you need like Auto Club, California Speedway levels of width on the track, but a little bit of extra space so it wasn't bumper cars, so they weren't running each other over on every single turn, on every single straightaway. I think that's one thing that hurt that track the most. So hopefully this one has a little bit more space on it where the drivers can have a little bit of room to navigate and kind of get away from each other and stuff. So yeah, hopefully that's the case. But yeah, we can get into we'll get into this. So let me now I gotta reset my screen. Because I messed it all up. So let's do that. Okay. And we'll do that. Okay. I think that's how we had it. Maybe one out. Okay, maybe like that. So let's start here. Nope, we're not going to start here. We're going to start... we're going to start here with the truck race. Now this takes place on, sorry guys, Friday, June 19th. This is on Fox Sports 1. Practice and qualifying are both on Friday as well. Makes sense. 12 to 2. Oh, they get 2 practices. Well, that's good that they're giving them ample time to be on the track and practice. Again, this is a new track for everybody. So I would expect there to be a somewhat steep learning curve. Most of the drivers are all pretty good. So, I mean, I don't expect... I think the hardest thing is going to be them trying to figure out what the limits of the track are and how to push those limits. And I think you'll see that's where some things will happen. You'll get drivers getting into the wall or getting into each other when they're trying to figure out what those limits are to be able to push them. So, but they're all good drivers. Most of them are pretty good drivers. So I'll expect them to adapt fairly quickly to the track. But here, we'll look at the entry list because they don't have a qualifying list set yet. So let's look at the entry list. We have, oh yeah, I forgot, Jimmy Johnson is going to be in this race. For all you Jimmy Johnson fans out there, it's one more time to see him on track. I've said this before, and I maintain what I said. I'm glad Gordon retired when he did. As fun as it would have been to continue to watch Jeff Gordon race, I just don't know how much I would have liked to see Gordon struggle to run 25th or 30th. I just don't think that would have been a fun experience for me. And, you know, calling it a win if Jimmy Johnson, you know, is in the top 15 or top 20 is pretty crazy. I never thought that I would, you know, see that day. Because Jimmy would win everything all the time. And, you know, the fall off. Obviously, he's older, and that's just how it is. But, yeah, I'm just glad that Gordon retired when he did, because I don't think... It would have been very, very hard for me to watch Jeff run 30th on a weekly basis, or whenever he came back to do like a one-off or whatever. So... yeah, it was one of those bittersweet things when he retired. I'm like, I hate that Gordon's retiring. But at the same time, like, yeah, I'm glad he did what he did. Easily your favorite drivers of all time, McMurray and Gordon. Yeah, I never really had a problem with McMurray. I didn't hate him, but I also didn't love him. But yeah, he was a solid driver. Jamie was a solid driver. Took care of his stuff pretty good. Didn't really get into too much trouble on the track. Was a nice, you know, a decent guy off the track. So pretty much all you can ask for from I don't want to call him a mid-pack driver, but he was like a B level driver. Not top tier, but still very solid driver. Yes, Martin, Brendan Gaughan back in the truck series. I like Brendan Gaughan. I feel like he never got... I don't know. It's hard to explain my thoughts on him. He got some opportunities. He got some good opportunities. It's just... It never seemed to really, like, pan out a ton for him. I don't know what it was. Especially in the higher series. He was great in the truck series and in Nationwide when he had his time there. He did some solid stuff, but... yes, Jamie McMurray's 2010 season was a good one. He won the 500 that year. He won the Brickyard, and then he won the Fall Charlotte race. Yes, Jamie's 2010 season was fantastic. And ironically enough, that was one of Gordon's statistically poor seasons. He still ran decent, but no wins. Threw a couple wins away at some different times. So yeah, it was one of Gordon's that's hard for me to say, statistically worst seasons. But yeah, so we have Jimmy Johnson. We have Jackson Lee. I don't know who Jackson Lee is. Maybe you guys can educate me on who that is. Adam Andretti's back. Connor Mozak, Grant Enfinger, Corey LaJoy, Caden Honeycutt, Brendan Queen, Cole Butcher, Minnie Tyrell. So all these guys are Justin Haley, Tanner Gray, Ruggiero, Ankrum, Hemrick. Brendan Gaughan's back. Yep, we mentioned him. Austin Varco. I don't know who that is. Jamie McMurray in the 25, of course, as well. I'm excited to see how some of these older guys do. Brendan Gaughan, Jamie McMurray, Parker Kligerman, Jimmy Johnson. It'll be interesting to see how they all do. Absolutely love Gordon's Pepsi schemes. Yes, I liked them too. I liked the mid 2000s ones the best. Like from 2003 to 2009. Every Pepsi scheme was an absolute banger. Even 2010, Pepsi Max, Pepsi Zero, or Pepsi, yeah, it was Pepsi Max. 2011, 2012, they were okay. 2013, they were all kind of the same. 2015's was good. But yes, I liked Gordon's Pepsi schemes as well. Dawson Sutton, Frankie Muniz, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, Tyler Reif, Andres Perez de Lara, Landon Lewis, Stuart Friesen, Timmy Hill, Kaz Gralla, Parker Kligerman, Nathan Nicholson. I don't know who that is. Oh yeah, and Justin Marks. Justin Marks being back in the car is pretty cool as well. I never really had a problem with Justin Marks. I thought he was pretty cool. Oh, we can't put that on yet. Duh. You're also insanely talented. Thank you. I'm telling you what, I don't want to say it's taken its toll on me, but holy cow. I don't think I make myself busy, but I'm so busy with stuff that it kind of takes away from the fun of it a little bit, if that makes sense. Not that I'm necessarily burnt out. It's just I got a lot going on, and you know, it's a daunting task to have all of the things that I'm working on. By the way, I recorded 3 out of my 4 Diagostinis, so I'm almost completely caught up on the build. Guys, it was frustrating. But we got them built, and I'm taking my laptop on vacation, and when we have downtime, I will be doing editing. I will be editing my videos, I'll be editing all that stuff. So my goal, I'll still put out my Friday videos. I'm going to schedule those out this weekend. Tomorrow, next week, and the following week, I'm going to schedule out the videos. And so the Friday ones will go on as planned. But the Diagostini, I'm going to try to get all 3 of those videos edited so I could just do the voice recordings when I get back. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. Chris Wright, your standard every race caution. He'll be there. And yeah, so that's everybody on the truck series race. Again, that is Friday at 7 p.m. We'll move over to the O'Reilly series. Let me just do this. So the O'Reilly race is on Saturday. It's at 5 p.m. It's a kind of a weird time, like a midday, almost evening situation, at least as far as the East Coast is concerned. Practice in qualifying, practice on Friday, qualifying on Saturday morning. And yeah, we'll just jump into the the entry list. I bought a Carson Hocevar trading card yesterday for $1.50 beside Diecast collect cards. I never really got into the trading card thing. I understand it, but it was just never, it wasn't for me. I wanted the cars. I wanted the diecast. That was my thing. But that's cool. Some of the Carson stuff has been absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you had to change that. That's fair. That's fair. So we have, what the heck? The poll just ended. Why did the poll end? Ugh, whatever. For whatever reason, the poll ended. US plays Australia tomorrow. Apparently, YouTube didn't like that for some reason. But, yeah. So, the entry list for the O'Reilly race, we have Alex Lebay in the 0. We have Sheldon Creed in the 00. I like how they still have 0, like, the 0 and the 00 and the 07 and the 02. Like, I like, for whatever reason, those 0 number cars have a fond place in my heart. I don't know why. I can't really explain it, but just something about those 0 number cars that I like seeing in the field. As an Australian, I'm rooting for USA. Well, that's, I appreciate that. I hope the United States will win as well. I watched the Canada game today. I was not happy about that because I don't like Canada for a multitude of reasons, but again, seeing that dude break his legs was not good. So hopefully he's okay, besides having a broken leg, but yeah, I hope the US can win tomorrow and continue the momentum that they're on from the first match against Paraguay. But yeah, so I do like the 0 number cars, the 02, the 07, the 00, the 0. I like, for whatever reason, they just hold a fond place in my race car fans' heart. A lot of, something interesting about the O'Reilly series that I also noticed is there's a lot of not low numbered cars. Like there's no 3 car, there's no 4 car, there's no 5 car, there's no 6 car, at least in this weekend's race. There's no 9 car, there's no 10, there's no 11, there's no 12, there's no 13, no 14. So like, it's just a strange thing that I noticed. I know that sometimes they'll run the 11, sometimes they'll run the 9 car, the 6 car will sometimes run as well. But yeah, it's just interesting, I guess. Just a thing that I noticed while I was going through the lists of these teams and drivers. So, yeah, other than that, we'll talk about who we have in the field. And it looks like it's your pretty standard set of drivers. We have nobody really surprising down the list. Nobody surprised. Nobody. Baltazar Leguizaman. All right, hold on 1 second, everybody. Please hold. Oh man, we had the baby stop down before she's going to sleep. It's past her bedtime. Yes, no Cup Series regulars on the list. I wonder if that was intentional. Preston Pardis, Jeremy Clements, Brad Perez, Leland Honeyman, Jesse Wuji. So we got a lot of people here. Parker Etzloff, Anthony Alfredo. Yeah, it'll be an interesting race. I'm looking more forward to this one, honestly. It's kind of wide open a little bit with no regulars being in for this race. I don't know who I like though. Who are my chances? I'm not sure. Who I guess we'll find out. But yeah, should be a fun race. Binder sleeves, that's cool. Opening NASCAR. Do it, Rowdy. Do it. Make the content. About Love driving the 21. Hopefully it works out for him. It just seems like that car is held back by something. I don't know what it is. They've cycled through quite a few drivers over the past couple years, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Ford Alliance or the Penske Alliance. Like, it's something. Something's holding that team, that driver, whatever driver they put in the car back. So I'm hoping that, like, it's not a career killer for Jesse Love, but I guess we're going to find out together. So do I think it's a positive move? I don't know. It seems more of just like a lateral move. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. That's kind of how I view it, especially considering the struggles of that team. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a terrible decision, but, yeah, I don't know if it's, like, the best decision he could have made, but also I don't know. I'm surprised Richard Childress didn't put him in the 33 over Austin Hill, or at least next year. I thought that would have been a smarter move, because I don't think Austin Hill's going to stay in the Cup Series, but Brendan Poole has a very unique paint scheme for San Diego. Brendan Poole in the 44. Yeah, that's one thing we don't really do is look at all the paint schemes, but I just hope Josh is Strawberry. I wouldn't be surprised. That's his full Strawberry. Well, how do you know it's not Blueberry or Raspberry or Blackberry? Or what other berries are there? Cherry berry. No, I don't think that's a thing. It could be. So you're saying there's a chance. All right. All right. So let's move on to the Cup Series race. This one is Sunday at 4. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the World Cup schedule. I'm fairly certain that directly conflicts with the match at 4. We got the FIFA World Cup app. So, yeah. I'm not sure what that's gonna be as far as Canada won 6-0. Sunday there's a match at 3, so it kind of, and then there's a match at 6, so we'll have to see how I'm feeling about those matches. I didn't really look at who they were. I just kind of saw the times, but yeah, pretty much every match so far I've watched in its entirety. There wasn't really a point in me watching the second half of the Canada game today, so I did not watch that. I watched most of some of the other ones too, but yeah. So Sunday at 4, practice on Friday and qualifying on Saturday. So we're going back to that old school. You'd have practice on Friday, and well, no, they would have happy hour on Saturday. Whatever. Practice Friday, qualifying Saturday. As far as the entry list goes, let's see. Any surprises here aside from the fact that Kyle's not in the field anymore? I mean, that's still crazy to think about that Kyle's gone. Ross, Austin, Noah, Kyle, Brad, Daniel, Chase, Ty, Denny, Ryan, AJ, Chris, Chase. So we have 2 Austins. Well, it's already been a month, Martin. That's crazy. Do you know, well, I'm sure you guys are familiar, but Chase isn't even Chase Elliott's real name. It's William, because he's Bill Elliott's son. William. Bill. So technically there's 2 Williams, William Byron and Chase, and William Elliott. But, yeah, there's not really too many surprises as far as the Cup race goes. Corey Haim's going to be there in the 67 car. Oh, Kevin Magnussen. That's a cool one. Jimmy Johnson's going to run it too. So, yeah, a few, like, non-common names as far as week to week goes. But, yeah, I'm hoping that SVG just wipes the field with everybody. I'm so sick of Hamlin. Like, I don't even want to hear his name or talk about him the rest of forever. But I'm really, really hoping SVG just, like, wipes the field with everybody. Just like he did at Chicago, just like he did at Mexico City. So, maybe I'll watch it. Again, it's going to depend on the World Cup, but we'll talk about it on... Yes, we'll talk about it Sunday night. And then there will be no streaming. You guys will be without streaming for, like, 2 weeks. I posted my first review yesterday. I posted just a video the same day as the announcement. Maybe it was, maybe you did that on purpose. Maybe you were trying to get the algorithm working for you. So, one other thing I want to look at really quick, and then we'll just get back to the car. What driver do you want to win if SVG somehow lost? Well, I would like to see either William Byron, Ross Chastain. You recorded the night before. I know, I'm just messing with you. William Byron, Ross Chastain. I mean, Larson, Elliott, Bowman. Anybody in the bow ties, honestly. That would be what I say. Do they have the Spotter's Guide? Where's the Spotter's Guide? Spotter's Guide. Yeah, 2 weeks. So we're leaving on Tuesday. I was expecting you to say anyone but Denny. Honestly, I don't really like most of the Toyota drivers, to be honest. I don't mind Buescher. Buescher's fine. I mean, Christopher Bell is fine as far as the Toyota drivers go. Like, I don't mind him so much. It's just, I don't know. I can't get behind any of the Toyota drivers, really. And it's not even because they're in Toyotas. It's just most of their I guess Legacy, Eric Jones. I like Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. I would be okay with those guys winning. Either of them, I guess. That would be fine, in my opinion. I wouldn't have too much of a problem with it, with either of those guys. But yeah, like, Hamlin's insufferable. There's just really not much about Reddick that I like. Same thing with Bubba Wallace. Like, I just don't care much for his personality. Who else drives Toyota? I'm pretty apathetic about, what's his name? Chase Briscoe. Like, I don't really care much for or against Chase Briscoe. He's just there. And then Ty Gibbs is related to Joe Gibbs, and again, while I feel for his father passing away, and I think that was terrible, like, as far as like as a race car driver goes, I mean, I don't really care much for him. So yeah, it's just like mostly apathy for Toyota drivers, and then just, I don't know, their personalities kind of suck. But then again, on the flip side, like, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, pretty vanilla. That's how Hendrick drivers' personalities have become over the years, is quite vanilla. And I'm not too big of a fan of that. I like Carson's personality. Carson is a wrecking ball. Same thing with Noah Gragson. I just wish Noah Gragson was in some better equipment. Because I think his personality is funny too. He got Briscoe's autograph at Indy last year. Nice. Yeah, like I said, it's more apathy with him. Like, I just don't care about Briscoe. Like, I don't have strong opinions about him positively or negatively. He's just kind of there. Yeah, I talked about those guys, Rowdy. I like both of them, John Hunter and Eric Jones. I'd be okay with either of those guys winning. It's really just Denny. I just really, really don't like, and never have, Denny Hamlin. There's like a handful of drivers that I have never liked, and that I don't think you could convince me otherwise. Like, I've never liked Logano or Keselowski. I've never liked Hamlin, Wallace, Reddick. Like, even when Reddick drove for RCR, like, I just didn't care for him. Who else? I mean, that's kind of it. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. Jamie Williams, good to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing this evening? We already went over all the NASCAR stuff. I was going to jump over here to the IndyCar stuff as well, because this weekend they're at Road America. And I'm looking forward to that race now. Also, that race, as we'll see here, we scroll down. This race is at 1 o'clock, and there's a World Cup match on at 3 o'clock. So I will be watching the IndyCar race and then jumping over to the World Cup at 3. And then I think, hold on, wait, I gotta look this back up because I just forgot. Hold on. But as you can see, yes, IndyCar is also racing this weekend. Okay, so Sunday we have noon, which, how is that gonna work? If this is at noon on Fox, and this is at 1 on Fox, Sunday, June 21st. Something's not going to jive with that. Something, yeah, because see, Spain plays Saudi Arabia at noon on Sunday. And the IndyCar race is at 1 on Fox, both on Fox. Matches last about 2 hours. So something's not really jiving with that scheduling. Not sure how that's going to all work out. So I guess we're going to have to see, because that's weird. I don't know what the plan is going to be for that, but I guess we're going to find out. I don't know who is in charge of scheduling that. And one of them is more than likely going to get moved to Fox Sports 1. And I know, so one of the things that we've talked about, and is a very, I don't even want to say it's a debated topic, is that Fox's coverage of NASCAR has been pretty atrocious the past couple years. Their coverage of IndyCar has been pretty solid. Their coverage of the World Cup has been great. Fox's coverage of this World Cup has been fantastic. There's a few things that I have negative to say about it, but the vast majority of things I have to say about the World Cup coverage is positive. And that is surprising, to say the least. If IndyCar have a lot of caution in the World Cup, gets FS1, maybe Fox. Probably not. Martin, I'm going to say I doubt that. I would think that they would prioritize the World Cup over IndyCar. I know that might not be like a popular opinion, but my guess is they would prioritize World Cup over IndyCar. That's just my guess. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know who they have signed. I don't know any of that. But my assumption is that they're going to prioritize the World Cup over IndyCar, especially considering it's Spain. Spain's one of the biggest clubs in the world, or one of the biggest nations in the world, one of the best teams. They won it in 2010. So my assumption is they would prioritize the World Cup over IndyCar. And Just for reference, just as a reference point. Last week when the US played Paraguay, over 18 million people tuned in to that one game. That one game, 18 million people. NASCAR hasn't seen that, and I mean IndyCar hasn't seen those numbers in a long time. So my assumption is they're not going to move a World Cup match that is probably going to get, let's see, Spain and Saudi Arabia. Let's be generous and say 10 million people. We'll lowball it and say 10 million people for the Spain-Saudi Arabia match. For an IndyCar race, that's maybe going to get 2 million. Maybe. Probably a million and a half. So, yeah. I don't see the World Cup getting moved for IndyCar. But again, I could be wrong. That's just how I'm looking at it. If you have a different thought, that's perfect. Like, go ahead and voice it, but I'm just looking at it logically. Because also, it's the World Cup. And IndyCar is very much North America centric. Board Diecast, welcome in. Welcome in. Coming in with the checkered flag. Good to see you. Hopefully you are doing well this evening. We've covered most of the racing things that have gone on or that will go on this weekend. Oh, getting back to that silver dot. Yes, 2 weeks. So we're leaving on Tuesday. And we're not coming back until July 5th, I think. Yeah, so we're leaving Tuesday and we're coming back July 5th, I think is the time. So I don't know if I'll be streaming. What day is that? Let me look really quick. Or maybe we're getting back July 4th. We're either getting back the 4th or the 5th. So, we're coming back on Saturday. Okay, so we're coming back on the 4th. So I will be able to stream on Sunday the 5th. Possibly. We'll see how tired I am from that trip, but I'm going to miss we're going to miss the 25th, we're going to miss the 28th, and we're going to miss the 2nd. So we're going to miss 3 streams, unfortunately. So maybe I could go live when I'm there, depending upon what we're doing, just from my phone, just to hang out. I don't know what the plan is, but more than likely not. So more than likely we're going to miss 3 streams. We're going to miss the 25th, we're going to miss the 28th, and we're going to miss the 2nd. And then we'll come back and stream on the 5th. But yes, so the Cup Series doesn't have to deal with the World Cup TV schedule because it's on Prime. Martin, that's correct. However, in my particular fandom, viewership, whatever you call it, there's Belgium plays Iran at 3 o'clock on Sunday. So I'm more than likely going to be watching that. And then maybe I'll have the race on my phone or something. But yeah, there's probably not a lot of crossover between the soccer and the NASCAR world. I can't imagine that there is. I feel like I'm a small minority of fan base that has my toes dipped in both pools of soccer and NASCAR. But yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. Like, I'll figure it out. Plus, it's Father's Day on Sunday, so we're going to be with my family, so we'll probably have something on in the background, and whether I watch either, both, or none, who knows. But yeah, so making room for the host of our card. Very nice, Rowdy. But yes, so the IndyCar race is on Sunday, and then practice and qualifying and such is sprinkled throughout the weekend. We did buy Fox 1 for the World Cup, and so I can now watch all of these things on FS1, which I'm considering doing. But yeah, so that's the IndyCar schedule, and then I did also want to look at the want to look at these guys. Whoa. I don't know, but that Hisense logo reminds me of the world. Oh yeah, board diecast. You're right. I see it too. It's funny how things do that. Like, that's one sponsor. I think Hisense are TVs, right? Or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but I know that it was on some cars. Which, I guess around the 2016, 2017 time frame is what you're saying. Yeah, it's funny how some things are like that. But yeah, so as far as the IndyCar series goes, Road America, let's look at these paint schemes, liveries, as they're called by the snooty people in IndyCar. Yeah, it's TV brand. Okay. Hold on, let me just put this 39 on the roof really quick. One thing I like is the Aero McLarens, how they have very similar liveries. What do they call it? Something orange? It's not canary orange. Canary yellow is Brazil's color. What is the orange of Aero McLaren? You guys will probably know. I should know. I do know. Once you guys say it, it'll click in my noggin. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. There's a special name for the orange. One of you guys will say it. I'm waiting. Oh, papaya. Yep, papaya. Yep. Board diecast. See, you guys know. Yes, that papaya orange. I like that. I like when teams do that and they have similar paint schemes, similar liveries. Maybe not for all the races, but for a few. Like when the Hendrick Motorsports cars all ran the 20th anniversary silver paint schemes back in 2004. Love that. I thought that was so cool. But yeah, so we have, let's see, any exciting different ones. It looks like most people are in their primary schemes, I think. I'm still getting used to all of these guys and all of their paint schemes. I'm like on the fringes of the fandom. So Alex Pallou's back in his DHL scheme. He's had a different scheme the past couple weeks. Same thing with these guys, the ECR guys, how they have the Java House, kind of Splenda, Slim Fast, whatever those schemes. Jimmy won that Charlotte race, right? Yes, so that 2004 race, Jimmy Johnson won, and Jeff Gordon finished second after getting spun and having the whole TV panel ripped off of his car. I was so disappointed that Gordon couldn't win that race. They did not make a Jimmy Johnson diecast of it, by the way. I mean, they made the clean versions of all the cars, but that's one of those crashed Gordon cars that maybe one day I'll go and make for myself. But yeah, it's hard to find reference pictures from the mid-2000s, which is becoming increasingly further and further away, unfortunately. An F1 livery is the same between both cars except for the number. See, that I don't like. I don't like them to be exactly the same. I don't think that's helpful. I like them when they're similar. But also, as far as NASCAR goes, like, the numbers are huge on the cars. The roof, the door, the numbers are massive for everybody to see. Like, with IndyCar, look how small the number is behind the cockpit, above their heads. Like, the numbers are pretty small. And I feel like the same thing is with F1. So, yeah, it's just, that is even worse, to have the paint scheme or the livery be the same and have such small numbers to differentiate them. Kyle Kirkwood is back in the Sam's Club livery. I'm hoping for another solid Kirkwood run. He did admirably at the last race at Gateway. I don't know did we even talk about that one? I feel like we did. Maybe we didn't, but he had his cool suit was failing when they brought the cars under the red flag conditions. So it was funny listening to his cool suits. It was funny listening to him argue with his team about his cool suit. By the way, Mexico is playing South Korea right now, so we're gonna be watching that while the stream is ongoing. Ooh, that's a tough tackle. That's tough. I've made around 3 mid-to-line race cars because of that. The stream are hard to find. Yes, you are absolutely right, Board Diecast. The streams are terrible, terrible quality. It is hard to find HD, and over the years, some footage has been released and recovered and posted, but yeah, pictures and the streams, the videos of the older races the early 2000 races are tough to find and tough to see. But that was like the golden era of NASCAR. That was my favorite era, a lot of people's favorite era. So it's one of those things where like, I wish we could get some nice crisp videos, some nice crisp live streams, replays of those races from those eras. Because I know if you guys are familiar, Vody on NASCAR, dude has been absolutely crushing it with posting all of the old races from like 2006, 7. Like he started in 06, and there's a pretty limited amount, and then he recorded all of the practices and Cup, Nationwide, trucks, even some ARCA, like 09, 08, 09, 10. I think he just posted the end of 2010 today or something. So man has absolutely done great work for the NASCAR historian community, I guess you could call it. But yeah, so we'll see how the IndyCar stuff goes. If I watch it, if not, no big deal. Ooh, that's a cool. Renus VK is in a cool livery. What is Young Blood Radio? Don't know what that is. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much all the racing action that'll take place this weekend. More so looking forward to Saturday's O'Reilly race and then the IndyCar race, but honestly, it'll be nice to go to a track where it's, I don't know, I hate to say more driver than car, because it's just seemed like the past however many tracks, it's mostly car. It's like 75-25 in my opinion. I know nothing about the inside of NASCAR. I'm on the outskirts. I don't know anything about the inside of the industry. But it just seems like it's 75% car for most tracks and then 25% driver skill and input. Whereas, like at the road courses, it's more driver than car. Because you're using the pedals more and the steering wheel more. Anytime you use more of the pedals in the steering wheel, it has more to do with the driver than it does the car. But I don't know. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I maintain my position that if you put Denny Hamlin in Noah Gregson's car, he will probably run 20th to 30th. If you put Noah Gragson in Denny Hamlin's car, he'll run 5th to 15th. So he's not going to... Like, Noah Gregson's not as good as Denny Hamlin, and Denny Hamlin's not as bad as Noah Gragson. But if you switch their cars, you will see the performance of each driver change drastically. Because I think I think the series is so dependent on how the cars are. And again, whatever the Toyotas have found this year is whatever they found has been working. So yeah, should be a fun weekend of racing. Mostly looking forward to it. Not really dreading it too much, because anything can happen. It's a new track, so you don't know who's going to be good. You don't know who's going to be bad. My assumption is SVG will probably be good. That's just kind of how it goes. I've been trying to make Stewart's 03 Charlotte car, but the quality of the race terrible. It's on. It was recorded from my Yeah, that's the problem with those old videos. And I'm sure it's hard to find good reference pictures online too. Oh, I forgot. I reset the computer after I signed in. Whatever. But yeah, that's kind of why I stopped trying to go back and make a lot of Gordon cars for my collection, is just because it was so hard to find reference pictures, and it was so difficult to find good videos of everything. The 2004 Homestead race, this deck lid decal for Gordon's car, I have no idea what it was. One of my things that I wanted to do was I wanted to make all 4 of Gordon's Always in Our Hearts cars that he ran at Homestead, Phoenix, Darlington, and Atlanta. And Atlanta had the black hood, and I think it had Red Lobster on the deck lid. And oh man, I think Phoenix had Performance Alliance on the deck lid, and Corian on the TV panel. I know Homestead had Corian on the TV panel. No, wait, it didn't have Red Lobster. It was something else. But it's so hard to find deck lid pictures of all of the old cars for whatever reason. Give us my pick for the race. For the NASCAR race, my pick's going to be SVG. Like, I just think based off of driving ability and talent on a new track that everybody's equal, you're going to see his driving talent and ability shine above everybody else's. That's my pick for Sunday. For the O'Reilly race for Saturday, I don't really know. I'm not really sure who my pick for Saturday is. I know Justin Allgaier is like not the best road course racer, but that team they're on a tear right now. So something in me says Justin Allgaier, but yeah, I don't know. And then Friday's truck race, honestly, maybe Lane Riggs. I know there's a lot of other good names in there, but for some reason, I'm going with Lane Riggs for the truck race on Friday. And then for the IndyCar race, I mean, probably Pillow. Unless Kyle can sneak up there and get a win. I know Kyle's like not the best at road courses, are not his thing. He's more of a street course driver. But I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. Brent Cruz for Saturday. You're on that Brent Cruz bandwagon for sure. He's solid. It'll be interesting to see. It's possible. Anything's possible. And then, yeah. I think Jimmy Johnson's going to win the truck race on Friday. Nah, just kidding. That's not going to happen. Unless there's some crazy shenanigans that take place, I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, hopefully we never have to make this car again. I'm so annoyed with how many hours I've put into it just to have it, just to be here again making this car. I know this isn't like the most exciting stream because you guys have seen this car before. I still haven't finished that Kyle Busch Robots car, by the way, which is a little annoying because I didn't have a ton of stuff to do left on it. Maybe I'll just grab that and we can work on that for the next 45 minutes. I'm going to hard stop at 10. Brent is one of those drivers that make me feel, I mean, the COT is older than him. Yeah, that's a crazy statement right there, the COT being older than him. I mean, I'm not even really that old, and that makes me feel old. Well, it's like some of these players during the World Cup. We've dropped a lot of frames this stream. Holy cow. Are you guys still there? Whoa, I have 1 bar on my internet. Hopefully we might just be calling the stream right here. Wow, that looks pretty bad. Hopefully you guys aren't here for the viewing experience. Yep. Yep, I dropped a lot of frames, or yep, you're still here. I wonder why. By the way, if the stream crashes, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's really weird too, because I'm wired in. Let me just check something really quick. Oh yeah, I don't know. We have some pretty slow internet right now. Maybe I need a break from streaming for like a week or two. I'm watching it on my other monitor, and it's not that bad. It's a little jumpy. It's a little laggy. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, wow. Mexico just had an insane clearance off the line. That was crazy. Well, Martin, I thank you for being here. It was good to have you. We'll see you hopefully on the next one, which will be Sunday. Jeez, couldn't think of what day it was. Let's see. Yeah. Kind of running out of things to talk about tonight. I don't know. I mean, we could talk about the World Cup, but I don't know if that's something that interests you guys all that much. Saw that too. That was insane. Yeah. I'm a little conflicted. I mean, I wanted Czechia to go through, but they did not play well against South Africa today. I don't think that they can beat this Mexican team. Granted, Mexico did not look good in their first match. South Korea honestly looked the best out of the 3 teams so far, or out of the 4 teams so far. And they're kind of my pick to win this group at the moment. I think they could probably beat Mexico tonight and then definitely beat South Africa. So honestly, South Korea could probably win this group on 9 points. If not, they'll get a draw tonight and then more than likely beat South Africa and be on 7 points. But yeah, I don't think I see Czechia getting out of the group. unless they beat Mexico, which I don't see happening just based off of how they played in their game today. They didn't look great. They didn't look great. But it's been a fun World Cup. Like, I have no complaints, really, thus far. Even if I did, it wouldn't matter, but I can't really think of... The hydration break hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. I still don't like it. But it's not terrible. Most of the play has been good. Them trying to speed the game up, I have liked. Substitution rules, throw-in rules, goal kick rules, all that kind of stuff has been positive in my opinion. VAR has not intervened as much, which has been very good. Oh my gosh, watching the Premier League last year versus watching what the World Cup has right now, the World Cup's like 1,000 times better than the Premier League. I won't be watching the Premier League next year because West Ham's not in it, but I'm hoping that they can take notes and reassess the state of the Premier League, because it was, watching this compared to that has been so refreshing. And I watched like most of the Premier League games, but by the end of the season, like I just couldn't take it with the way that VAR was getting involved in everything, and just it was such a chore just to watch the Premier League. So I started watching MLS more, and I was more interested in MLS than the Premier League. Oh, yes. Yes, the cameraman. And then they had to take him off, like he disappeared. And then the announcer guy got hit with something from the stands that the fans threw. That game was wild. That game, like, screamed 1970s or something, or 1980s, just the Wild West. Or the 50s or 60s, just craziness. And then, so Cucho Hernandez, that guy that had the last assist, he used to play for Columbus Crew, our home team. And I was really watching just to see him play. He came on as a sub later in the match and played really well, and obviously got the assist at the end. Let me just see something really quick. Got my other laptop over here. I just got to look up something. Because I'm not 100% sure how... Okay, yeah, that's what we need. Right there. Okay, yeah, that needs to go down a little bit. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. These taillights are too high. They're just a shade too high. They need to go down a little bit. And they need to be straightened out a little bit. The 80s were wild. Yeah, I wasn't there to experience them, but I've heard a lot of great things. I was too young to get the full 90s experience, but a lot of that spilled over into the early 2000s. I feel like the early 2000s were pretty good. So it's more like that. Yeah, I heard the 80s were great. Yeah, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this passenger side taillight is more where the taillight should be, as opposed to where I have it on the driver's side. So I gotta fix that. So it's a good thing I caught that now. Otherwise, when the decal's fully dry, it's a pain in the butt to get them off at that point. So yeah, tomorrow's video will be, it'll be the Charlotte race review, I'm gonna have that posted here in the next couple hours. I'm gonna record it. Van Halen, Motley Crue, Metallica. Yeah, man. Some great bands. Some great bands. So yeah, I'll have that posted later tonight, and it'll go out tomorrow at noon, as they normally do. And that's a little bit of a longer video, so, you know, buckle up, grab some popcorn, grab a snack. We'll just go over my Charlotte race weekend review. It should be a fun one. I think you guys will enjoy it. I was alive in the 80s, but Madonna was cooking in that era. Yeah, I never really was into Madonna. I'm not the biggest pop fan, I guess you could call her pop. Speaking of pop, like Michael Jackson, king of pop, was he 80s, 70s? I guess Michael Jackson was in the 80s and 90s, wasn't he? The king of pop, which I haven't seen the new Michael Jackson movie, but I've honestly only heard good things about it. So, yeah, Metallica, their first album was 1984. Came out in 1984. The best bands. I wish I was born in the 80s or 90s. Yeah, 80s and 90s, yeah. Yeah, see, I was born in the 90s, but I didn't really get to experience much of the 90s because I was so young. Like, I was born in 96, so I don't... MJ been singing since the 60s. Yeah, that guy had a crazy childhood growing up. Like, I couldn't imagine what it was like to be literally a national, international star from such a young age. Must have been difficult. And and that's the thing, like, nice car, it's upside down. Thanks, but it's upside down. That was the thing, like, he didn't have a normal childhood. Like, he didn't grow up normal. I think it was 2009, right? When he passed away? Yeah. I think it was 2009. I feel like you're right, Board Diecast. But yeah, that guy, he got, well, we don't have to get into all of it, but from what I know, which my limited knowledge, he got absolutely railroaded by the media and by the music industry and such. Like, it was not fair to him at all. But yeah, a lot of good music from the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. Yeah, everything going, like, looking back seemed, I don't want to say seemed perfect, but it seemed like everything was, like, there were still wars and stuff going on. People still fought with each other. There were, you know, things that were bad, but all of that was before social media, so you didn't know about everything. And yeah, I feel like the 80s, the 90s, even again into the early 2000s, just the general, everybody got along much better. I have shirts from 1996. Yeah, that's shirts from the 70s and 80s. That's funny. I know, it's kind of like having a daughter now that's a year and a half. It's funny because I'm like, oh, I got this that's older than her, and like that's only like 2 or 3 years or whatever. But I still do have shirts from high school from like 2008, 2009, 2010. Like, in my mind, that's old. Actually, I have shirts from like 2004, Jeff Gordon shirts and stuff. So yeah, I have jerseys from 2007, 2006. So it's just funny. It's just funny, the different perspective, the different ways we look at all of these different things. So yeah, it's a very strange thing, this life journey that we're all on together. Everybody all has different experiences, but we all have similar experiences on things. It's very interesting. And then here we are just hanging out, decaling some cars, talking about the good old days. Dropping frames like it's nobody's business. Has the stream been laggy or does it look good? Because the stats for the stream, the analytics do not look good. But it says excellent, which I don't understand. But we're dropping frames. We are running at 1 bar of connectivity of internet. So I don't really know. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's right. Maybe my video bitrate's too high. Maybe maybe it's that. Hold on, let me look up recommended bitrate. Because I think that's one of the settings I changed before. Maybe that's why it's being weird, because I had to reset everything. I don't know if I carried that over. 4,500 to 6,000. Maybe I should drop my bitrate down to 4,500. Yeah, that's probably what the problem is. So a 1080p stream with 30 frames per second is about 4,500 to 600 kilobits per second. So we're at 6,000. So maybe that's why it's buffering a little bit and lagging. Have you guys noticed that? That it's lagging and buffering at all? I mean, I kind of see it over here. That's probably what it is. Because when I reset the computer, when I reset my computer, I had to re-download OBS, and I guess I didn't change all of the settings. I want to feel old. Hamlin is the equivalent of an 80s driver if we were in 2006. Yeah. Hamlin did start his career in 06, and yeah, that would have been an 80s driver for 1986. Or, wait a minute, 1984. Yeah, 1986. You threw me off there. Your math is like correct in mostly, but the 06 to 84 is a little off. But the point remains. I understand what you were getting at. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's hard to believe a lot of the things and just how quickly time progresses and moves on and stuff and just doesn't stop, right? Like, I don't remember who said it earlier, but your math ain't mathin'. It's all good. It's all good. Who said it earlier about Kyle Busch? It's already been a month, but it's the craziest thing. Like, just time it doesn't stop. Keeps on marching. The math ain't mathin'. All right, so we got the Z on this side, the driver's side. Honestly, I might just call it here. I'm a little tired. I gotta record the audio for tomorrow's video, so I should probably go do that in the near future. And then the big match tomorrow, US versus Australia, that I'm gonna be watching. So maybe we'll put this X on the other side, and then we'll call it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. somewhat relaxing, pretty subdued, not too crazy. I used to love math when I was a kid, but everything went down and turned into words. Yeah, I still like math. It's useful. It's a helpful thing. Now the one problem here is the proportions of the diecast are just a little bit different than the real car. That's hard to work with. We'll get it close. It's just going to be sitting in my case, in my shelf, or on a shelf. So as long as it's close. I'm going to head out. Rowdy's going to head out. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It's just been it's been an alright stream. It hasn't been one of the best. But yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been alright. It's not great. It's been alright. We'll come back. Yeah, I guess we will stream on Sunday on Father's Day. Yeah, we'll come back then and stream. It'll be a good one then too. But yeah, I think I'm just going to call it here now that we got this X on the car. Whoa. Don't love that. Yeah, like I said, we'll come back Sunday. We'll re-rack. We'll stream some more. We'll have plenty to talk about as far as the 3 races go this weekend. But yeah, we got some stuff done. We got some stuff done tonight. Larson's car, the new San Diego, kind of looks like a Dodge. No, I haven't actually. I'll have to check that out. A Dodge, you say? Hopefully they come back to NASCAR. I feel like that would be a popular move. In a more expanded role other than just the truck series. Which I think that's a good stepping stone. It's a good start, but yeah, hopefully they come back in a larger role, which would be good. I think more manufacturers is good, more competition. I like having that. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up here though, folks. It's been a good one. It's been a solid stream. Nothing crazy, but we got some decent stuff done. We dropped a ton of frames, like 61,000 frames we dropped. It's 36% of the whole stream is just in dropped frames. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah, 9:30. I don't know. It was an all right stream. Not too crazy, but we'll come back and we'll reset. We'll talk a lot on Sunday about this weekend's happenings, and hopefully we'll get further on this car so we can put this thing in our rearview mirror. But the 03 Intrepid. Yes, I liked the Intrepids. I think my favorite was the 06 and 07 Chargers. They looked really nice. The noses of them looked really, really good. Excuse me. But I'm going to head out. So thank you guys again for joining. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy this weekend's racing. Enjoy the World Cup if you're watching. And we will see you guys on Sunday. Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.